Okay, I believe we are live. Dr.
Yes.
Michael Gross, I'm so happy to have you today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm
Okay,
looking
so first
forward
of
to it.
all, to my audience, today is Sunday, which is my wild card day. And that means I can talk about anything and I can bring on any experts to go and to have this fun conversation with me. And I decided, and because I have a very close relationship with Dr. Michael Gross, and so I'm going to go way out of there today and have some woo woo conversation because his work is actually very deep and out of this world. Okay. So let me just read a little bit of who he is and what kind of work he does before we jump into his actual demos. So, first of all, Dr. Michael Gross is someone who works beyond, way, way, way beyond the surface level of healing. He works on the deeper, much deeper cellular level, the emotional, energetic, and spiritual layers of transformation, including spiritual awakenings, mediumship, which, if you don't know what that is, just hold on. We will get to that. It'll be a live demo of that. Past life regression, intuitive readings, healing generational curses, and you know what? Some really way out there services. And so today we're going to talk about what it is, these services, like these kinds of gifts that he has, how he came into it. And the best part is we're just not going to talk about it. We're going to actually do a couple of live demos to show you what that looks like. Okay? All right, Dr. Michael Gross, otherwise known as to me Abba, which means grandpa. How are you today?
All right, Leah. Let's see if I call her Leah. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. I'm having fun today.
Well,
I'm
you know
honored to
what?
be here.
I I really love how first of all, in terms of our relationship, I've been working with you for I think about 5 years since we started knowing each other, and it only gets better and better each year. In terms of wow, I didn't know you could do that. Remember the first time I met you? I was
Yes,
actually coaching you how to create your courses online, and
yes.
you actually grabbed my hand and you said, and you basically just grab it and you just gave me a bunch of past life, what I was, and all that stuff. And I'm like, who is this crazy man? But you know what? I'm so grateful that I got to know you and got to know what you do. And to be honest, I've never met anyone like you before. So I would like to introduce you to my community, my family, so that more people can know about this line of work. And if it's suitable for them, maybe they can try you out.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So, first of all, let me ask you this, Abba. Why, how did you get into these special gifts?
Well, I had to think about it many years ago. My motto in life is you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost. So I thought I'd share that with you. I just woke up one day and said, I want to look at spirituality. I don't know why. And I well, went to a little bit of social media, but one of the managers of my stores had a cousin and she taught it spirituality. So I decided to take a class, see what it's really like. And so I took a 6 month class. And then she said, You're going to be great. You're going to be wonderful. I said, Yep, sure, thank you. And she said, All answers live was in. Yep, sure, okay, thank you. Goodbye. And that was it. And I started reading a few books and started meditating. And all of a sudden, doors began to open up, things that I never had thought would happen. And it started off, I had a friend, and he was doing psychic fairs. And he said, Hey, why don't you come on down and do some reading? Well, I'm kind of new at this. So I got a deck of cards, started doing psychic readings, and would travel town to town, had a ball, and more doing the cards, what we call them, tarot cards, and so on. And then he would sell crystals. And so one of the women, young girl, said, Hey, Michael, what's this crystal for? I don't know. I said, I'm not in crystals. I can barely do what I'm doing. And she said, Tune in. So I go, Okay, close my eyes. It's for this and this. She come back, look it up in a book. You're right. And all of a sudden, I had a natural affinity for understanding crystals, and I never knew I had it. And then doing the intuitive readings, time went by. I don't need cards anymore, but that's part of my initiation in doing this. And every 3 years, I'd make a breakthrough. And so 3 years, I would meditate, and then breakthrough. Then another one, then another one, and it
So
kept
when
going
did
on.
you start it? When did you start it? And how old are you now?
I'm 39, and
Okay. You're 39 now, so you started when you were in the womb.
yes, actually, I'm 84, and I started when I was 35. So this is my 49th year. And when I looked, holy cow, 49 years of doing this stuff. That's incredible. But everybody has a mission and goal, and this is part of my mission and goal, and this is why I do what I do. And I say you're unlimited because my life has been, so many directions. I've been in the jungles of South America as a consultant. I've been college professor, did all these things, worked for the Supreme Court, state of Washington. All these things happened. So anyway, one day I was sitting there, and Spirit was kind of coming through and said, "You got to move from Boston, and go to the West Coast." My family had migrated to California, but I like visiting California. Don't like to live there. I said nope, and Spirit said, "I don't care if you move from Boston to Detroit, Michigan, Miami, Florida, back to Boston. You're going to the West Coast." Nope. Here I am, the West Coast, near Seattle. So it's kind of like, okay, don't argue, just go with the flow. And then I really didn't know what I was going to do anymore. And looking for a job on a wing of a prayer, as they say, I came out here. And then when I was out here, and my dog was in Akita, his name was Daiju, and he was protecting me. And somebody lived out here, and I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then finally ended up teaching at City University in Bellevue.
Okay,
It's
okay,
next to
wait, Abba. I don't want the whole history of what you did all up until now. You're 84. That's a long story. I only have an hour to ask you to do a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm going to get right to it where what
Yes.
happened. So anyway, I teach in college, and I walked into a metaphysical shop. It's time to start teaching, and I go, nope. And then the owner said, hey, we want you to do intuitive readings, which I did. And everybody said we want Michael to teach us, making it shorter. I said I'll teach for 3 months. Don't want to be a guru. I'll just do it. I said 2 months, one more month, goodbye. No, Michael, we're having dreams. You're going to teach us for 3 years. No, 2 months, 3 months. 3 years later, you know, then I kept getting more groups of people. So that's kind of how it happened. And
So you've
then
been teaching these workshop or spirituality classes since then?
doing both, doing
Wow.
workshops and teaching spirituality. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it
So
just
then,
began to grow and grow and grow.
right. So then, in that case, when it comes to this line of work, because your work is probably there's no degree for it. You can't get a degree and graduate and become a healer or an intuitive reader or a medium conversationist. Oh my God. Okay. So, speaking of the gifts that you do, can you mention the types of services that you have done for your clients? And also maybe explain what they are because the things that you do are quite woo woo and way out there. And I didn't know these things existed before I even met you.
Well, not necessarily in order, but as best I can remember, intuitive readings. So it seems that in intuitive reading, we can see what the possible future is. I say where possible because you have free will and free choice. Have to do it, don't do it. Which led then to all types of different healings. We started with lay the hands on healing. I'm a Reiki master, and then went to energy healings, pure energy healings, which then led to working with the unconscious mind and realizing whatever you were experiencing in life, you chose to experience, but you brought in some karma. And karma is nothing but an experience. However, people have to understand dharma is like a positive karma. Dharma means if you gave away $1 million in a past life, you healed people, you come back and reap the rewards. Or if you were Scrooge and you took money and cheated money, then you come back in this life behind money's taken from you. It's an experience, not a punishment. So this is some of the things that go on. And then as from that led to a past life regression. What was I doing in a past life? And it's like, okay, you brought some of this karma or experiences in, positive and challenging, no negative, just challenging. And for example, I had one person, and he had a bad back. And sitting down working with him, went back to a past life. In about 1870, 75, he had a moving company. He had like 4 horses and a big wagon, and he had parked the horses, and he was loading some crates on it, and the horses took off and ran over his back. And it's like, now, hey, this is probably 100 years later, 1970s, and we realize what it is. He let go of that karma, that experience, never had back pain again. So this is how I got into past life regressions. Everybody likes to think they were a king and a queen and a pharaoh and all these wonderful things. Some of us were just farmers, ordinary people. That's all we were. But
Mm.
when you go back, you look at all the gifts, and I say a gift, if you're a natural carpenter, in a past life, you were probably a carpenter or whatever you were, which then led to not only healings, past life regressions, intuitive readings. I'm reviewing this out loud, and then led into mediumship. Well, what is mediumship? Loved ones who have birthed out, because I don't like the word die, you birth in, you birth out, and they want to know about their loved ones, or we get messages from our loved ones, and there's usually some information that, yeah, this is for real, it really happened. So that to mediumship, and then led to me teaching more classes, new energy, new vibration, goes on and on and on and on. So that's why I say, if you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost.
It's really interesting when you mention these things because first of all, I'm even curious. Like, are you a Buddhist? Like, what kind of religion are you? Because to for you to believe in past life and karma and all these things, I would assume that you're a Buddhist. Can you maybe share a little bit? How did you even get into that? Because not many.
I'm not a Buddhist, although Buddhism is great. I used to be very religious, walked away from it, just walked away one day and said there must be something else. So I asked what I call the true source. You may say God, the true source. I use the word true source. And I said, why is spirituality so difficult? And the answer I got, you humans have to make a big deal out of everything. So,
That's the answer from True Source.
yeah, yeah, you're right. It's very,
You know,
very
he has a
simple.
sense of humor.
Right. So that's kind of happened. And then along the way, I learned different type of healing techniques, and then we just boiled down to we are unlimited. Notice my shirt. There it is. We are unlimited. And once we realize we're unlimited, what are the possibilities? Unlimited. You can
Mm,
do anything and achieve anything. It's the subconscious mind. So we're always comparing the past with the present. And I said to you one day, I'll give you an example. Do you like a hot fudge sundae? And she said, yes. I said, do you want a hot fudge sundae with jalapeno peppers and sauerkraut? And you went, no. Well, of course, but immediately you thought of what it tastes like
mm,
instantaneously. And that's how we're always comparing the past with the present. We're always thinking about something. And that's our greatest asset, but it's also our greatest challenge. And when you get out of the mind, the analytical, I call it analogical mind, the analytical and logical mind, bang, there are no limitations. We're
mm,
all energy. Energy has an intelligence. If you don't think it has intelligence, ask what your body's made out of. Particles, neutrons, protons, electrons, so on and so forth. And it forms this body. And what if you turned around and said, which I've had cases with people, they wanted to become a singer and they actually brought in the energy and they couldn't even hold a note. They were flat and they actually sung beautifully. That's how powerful we are. And when we realize that and we create our own reality, what are our options? Unlimited.
mm. You make it sound so simple. Okay.
It is. It
So,
is.
okay. So, in that case, is it hard to do what you do? Or can anyone just come into these gifts? Does it take lifetime to build what you actually have or the ability for you to do this?
Well, what I've discovered over time, um, there are many lifetimes, all these gifts that I've accumulated.
Uh,
And here we are, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, yeah, we're reincarnated. And working with Leah one day, she said, where do I know you? Where do I know you? Can I tell that story?
Yes, of course. So Leia, by the way, is a term that means granddaughter, which is me. So I'm calling him Abba and he's calling me Leia, just in case you're wondering what are these names.
Good point. And so what I did, I regressed and I saw myself in India as a Maharaja. And my advisor was my granddaughter, and that's who I'm looking at now. She was my advisor on all political things that were going on. And here we are. She's helping me and advising me how to do this work. So thank you.
Well, thank you. You know what? I think you shocked me the first time you met me by just grabbing my hand and telling me what my past lives were. And I'm like, oh my God, this is way more than I expected. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever met anyone who does that line of work. And the more important thing is, I've had a taste of here and there of the work that you do. And I have to say, I don't know how you do it, but it's quite magical. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna trust the process and let you do. Because here's the thing: most of the things that we do in life, we gotta do it ourselves. We can't. You cannot eat for me. You cannot be sick for me. Like even if I love my kids so much, but I can't, replace them, the sickness and take it for them, right? So the only thing that I really, really love about your line of work, well, not the only thing, but the thing that I really love about your line of work, or whenever I work with you, is that I don't have to do much. You do all the work. Isn't that great? And
Yeah.
it's really, and actually I've asked you several times, every time that you work on me or with me, or on anyone else, on your clients, and I ask you, do you feel depleted? Do you feel like out of energy every time you heal someone energetically like that? Because you don't have to be beside them. You can just do like on the phone, or even not on the phone. Basically, you work on the energetic level. And
Yeah.
your answer was, which is really nice, by the way.
I don't get tired. I
Yeah,
get energized.
yeah.
The
It's
only
incredible.
time I get a little bit tired is when the person asks the same question 27 times. Now you think I'm exaggerating. I'm not. Because they didn't like the answer. They kept asking me again, hoping to get an answer they would like. But in the
Okay.
field I am in, I have to tell the truth.
Right.
And
Wow.
sometimes I can sugarcoat it, but you still have to tell the truth.
Yeah. Okay, well, so that is so cool that you get energized after you work on them, after you work on their energy level. That I'm so surprised, because I would think that usually healers, or there's many types of types of healing modalities out there, and I thought, and I know that a lot of them are tired, or they are depleted after working. And I'm not just talking energetically, but also physically. And here you are, 84 years old and still like 39, and and can do this all day long. And I know you do this all day long because you
Yeah.
basically help people all day long. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it's fascinating. I love doing the work that I do. And, I just had this image. You said, how do I call it tune in, do all these different things. And I was showing the TV channel, have 4, 5, 7, 9, 127, 137, whatever TV channel it is. And somehow, I don't know how, I'm just able to switch gears and go into the right energy and form to answer the questions or do whatever I do. I just had a woman about noontime here, and we went to past lives, little healing energy, what she came here to experience. I mean, all this within an hour covered all these bases. It's just she was amazed. So am I, because one thing I'm really guard about is my ego. I'm just a conduit. That's all I am, everybody. I'm a conduit for the true source.
That is beautiful. And I'm glad that you keep your ego in check because you can really get inflated when you can have these super powerful gifts here. Okay, are you ready for some fun demos? Because I didn't believe in any of these things until I worked with you. And I feel like having a quick demo of how you actually work is really fun and beneficial for those who are looking for the type of healings that perhaps they've tried everything but nothing has worked. And so maybe you are the answer.
I hope so. We'll find out.
Oh, okay. All right. So first of all, there are two things that, I mean, you do a lot of things. But I had a taste of mediumship, which means, like you mentioned earlier, when someone births out, you're able to connect and talk to the soul of that person, to whoever is left behind. Usually the people who are left behind are the one grieving, and especially if they have anything unsaid, or if the death is accidents and they couldn't say goodbye and they didn't have any time to do any kind of closure. Your work helps so much for those kinds of people. And for me, I didn't have that problem, but I actually because I wanted to understand what that is, because I didn't know what that is. So I actually asked if you could do a demo for me, and I wanted to share this story
Sure.
because I didn't believe it, but then after you did it, I'm like, holy shit, this is real. Sorry, I swear, but that's exactly what I was thinking in my head. Okay, so the story is this: I had a cousin. We're very close because like my mom and his dad, and so we're very close. Our two families. He passed away in during COVID due to several complications, but he passed away, and it was an unexpected death because the next day he was supposed to go home. The doctor said he's good. Tomorrow he's going home. And yet he died in the middle of the night. So
Oof.
that's why it was a shock to everybody. And so there was probably a lot of surprise element and wondering what happened. And so, and for me, I'm not attached to what happened. I just wanted to know if he wanted to say anything, to share anything with his wife and his daughters. And so the conversation that I requested with you at that time was to have a conversation with him. And so when we did it, here's what happened. In the beginning, it was so general that I didn't know this is him or not. So I actually asked, can you show me a sign or something that actually makes me think this is you? Because right now I've been talking with you for like 10 minutes and I don't see any connection that's real you. So I remember you said, so you laughed, actually. You laughed. And then you said, remember, because so basically how it works is he's speaking to me as if my cousin, right? And you will see a taste of this very soon, right after this. We're going to do a quick demo. But basically, you told me, you laughed and you said, remember the ring that I made for you? And I'm like, the ring? Oh my God. Really? This is like this information only he and I knows, because my cousin is a goldsmith. So he made my wedding ring as well as a very special ring, which is after I finished my Vipassana meditation in I think it was day 8. There was a story about the diamond ring and the silver ring. And the silver ring, well, I'm not going to go into the details of that because I don't want to ruin the experience of those who haven't tried Vipassana yet. But the bottom line is this ring that he made for me has an engraving inside that said, Anicca, this will also change. And by the way, Anicca means impermanence. And so when you said, remember the ring that I made for you, I was like, no, no. Okay, now I believe that's him because this is the one that only he made for me. And I knew right away that it was not my wedding ring. I knew that it was this ring that you mentioned, that you were talking to, that you were talking about. And so I said yes, and then he said, and then you said, or well, he and you is one at the time, but and then you said, why don't you wear it anymore? And I'm like, wow. And the real reason why I don't wear it anymore is because I got bigger, wider, and so the rings don't fit my fingers anymore. So that's why I stopped wearing it. So like this thing, it used to fit, but now it only goes to here. And same thing with my wedding rings. It doesn't fit anymore. It's stuck here. And so I I was like, wow. I became a believer in your work after that moment. And then also I actually told him that I don't wear it because number one, it doesn't fit anymore, and number two, I don't feel like I needed that reminder anymore, because at the time when I made it, I wanted that to be visible and I wanted to be my reminder all the time. But then after a while I felt like I don't need that reminder anymore. But anyways, that's why I'm just letting you, the audience, know, just in case you're a non-believer just like me. It is true. It's hard to believe these kinds of work or these kinds of special people exist. So here we are. And so are you open to do a quick demo or a demo of what a medium conversation, a mediumship looks like?
Sure, just excuse me. Just give me a minute to prepare myself. Everyone, what I want you to know, I have to change energy and vibrations. I have to have permission from the soul to do that. I follow a protocol. So, rarely, but sometimes they say they're not ready, but it rarely has happened. But those are the protocols I have to follow because I do not want any karma and break any laws because of the work I do. Karma would be a little bit more difficult, and I don't need that. So give me a moment to clear, and you can watch how I close my eyes for a minute. I touch my heart, and then give me a moment. Okay, whom are
Okay.
we addressing?
Okay, Ava. I have a friend who just passed away a few months ago, 2 months ago, and she died of cancer.
Mm.
Now, she is a very special person in the sense that everybody who knows her loves her. I don't think she has any enemies whatsoever. Her family loves her. Her husband's family love her. So, just to put it all sum up, like she's someone who everybody loves. And the sad thing is, when she passed away, she kept her cancer sickness private. And so many of her friends who are super close to her didn't know until the last like week of her being in the hospital on the deathbed. And so I would love to just have a conversation with her to see how she's doing and also to see if she has any messages for her family.
What's her first name? That would help.
Her name is Maggie. Last name
Maggie.
is Trin. Now she also has a Vietnamese name, Nga. Nga. So Maggie Trin. Yeah.
Well, just be sure that I have the right person right now. Did she do? I see her with her fingers. Did she play piano or a musical instrument?
No.
You aware of
No.
something? No. Okay. Let me tune in again. She had an incredible laugh, by the way. Just an incredible smile and laugh, if you remember.
Yes, of course. Yo, but Ava, who doesn't have an incredible laugh? They all look good when we laugh.
No, no, no. Look at you. You laugh, more than the average person. You're very verbose and you're very
Ah,
open and you're very enthusiastic. She had a very kind heart. She was
yes.
really a medium, okay? And a medium is someone who takes on someone else's pain and then they're supposed to learn how to release it. And unfortunately, she didn't do that. Um, I don't know, I see her towards the end of her life. Yeah, I know she's Vietnamese, but I see her having a lot of pho. And I've never, for some reason, that's what she lived on the last couple of weeks before she went to the hospital, eating a lot of pho, the broth and the noodles and whatever. Is there rice in it?
Pho.
I
Yes,
forget.
pho. It's a Vietnamese special soup, noodle soup pho.
Yeah. So I
Wow. Okay,
see
I
her
think you got the
doing
right person. I think you got the right person.
that. She kept everything to herself. The reason I'm telling you as a medium, uh, there were two things that went on. One of the things that went on, she was told in a meditation to how to release other people's pain or emotion. But sometimes she forgot, or she would get, I don't know, impatient, not openly, but inwardly. And so she would keep this energy in her body, and that helped cause her demise of the cancer. Because if you don't release a negative emotion within your body, um, I don't know, getting this vision of her. She had a jacket or a shawl she would wear. Did you ever see her wearing any of that? Because I'm seeing it.
I'm not aware of.
Okay.
A shawl or a jacket?
Right.
Okay.
And this one looks like it, one of them being shown, it's like a shawl, but it was knitted, or crocheted or knitted. I'm a guy, so I don't remember all that, the difference when I see her wearing that stuff.
What color
Um,
is it?
well, I see the shawl was like a beige, like a beige color. And the jacket was, I don't know, looked like a golden threads on it. It looked like it had some red on it, mixed in with the jacket. It
Hmm.
was kind of, I would say, of your culture, Vietnamese culture. Yeah,
Okay, good. So can okay. So you're connected to her. Can I have a quick conversation with her?
sure.
Perfect. So Maggie, we miss you, and definitely it's a huge loss for all of us who know you to lose you and so early in life. But question for you is this: number one, do you have any regrets that you still haven't been able to do before you left this earth? And
Well,
and what I mean by that, sorry, let me just clarify. Is there anything that you want me to tell your family so that they can actually do whatever you want them to do, but you couldn't do while you were still alive?
she's saying that she was tired. I'll get around to it, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm being hearing. She was tired. She felt it was time to go. Um, she was really unhappy with what was going on around the world. Okay. In a past life, she was a high priestess in Japan, believe it or not, Japanese culture. So, I'm just giving a little history and background.
Hmm.
Uh, the people around her really wore her out. They would tell her their problems. They would call her all the time, and they were really draining all her energy. And one of the things she wanted her family and her to learn is they needed to stand on their own and not depend upon her. Okay, that's a really important thing. Everyone came in to learn about self worth, self love, and self esteem. We all did to whatever degree. She came in as an empath to help heal people, but towards the end, she got a little disgusted because they wouldn't listen. And then she said, I'm done here. I'm ready to leave. So the message for her family is that she's still looking in on them. She loves them to learn to be strong. And that by her leaving now, they have to go deep within themselves and to, well, I say meditate, but listen to her, the thoughts, because she'll be communicating with them and tell them what they need to do. So they're going to come through the thoughts. Most people want to go, hey, take a left turn here and a right turn here and have spaghetti for dinner. Doesn't work that way. It comes in your thoughts.
Hmm.
So that's what she's telling them. Give me another moment. there's a young child she really was very worried about. Did she ever mention that to you?
No, but she does have children.
It was a young child she was very, very worried about. He was male, and he was a little slow in learning things. All right, I don't know how do I describe it. He didn't grasp or understand things. He was like mentally a little bit slow. But she said that that will pass, but she's a little worried about him because he's very lost without her right
Mm.
now. And he's not eating well. All right. He's not eating healthfully and he's getting more scattered. So the message is for him to ask when he goes to sleep to talk to her. And he'll have dreams or thoughts later on. He'll get them right away, but we as human beings, we're impatient, so we block things. We want it yesterday. So to look after them. Um, she have a daughter?
No.
Who is daughter-in-law? Someone that's really close?
Yes. Yeah. She has someone who's close to her. That is in-laws. Yeah.
And she's a little worried about her health.
Mm.
So tell her to get plenty of rest.
Okay.
And
You mean the is this like a young or old person? Is it mother-in-law or sister-in-law or what?
it's his sister-in-law.
Okay. Okay.
She needs to get more rest and she needs to eat more healthfully. And
Mm.
she's having some gastrointestinal problems. She said stomach. I use gastrointestinal problems. So she's got to change some of her eating habits. She takes too much into takes things too seriously.
Ah, okay.
She's got to learn to let go and relax.
Okay.
That's kind of the message that I'm getting. And for you, she looks in on you often, and what she's saying is she's really proud of the work you're doing, okay? And that you're going to make a big, huge difference in the world over the next 7 years.
Wow.
So you have
How? I'm curious, Ava. Is this you saying or is it her saying?
it's her.
It's her. How does she
The
know, Ava? Because she passed away before I even do this show
but
or
she's
my
looking
work.
in on you.
Ah, okay.
She's following you.
Okay.
How many people listening to me right now, like their mothers and fathers who passed away, they come and they talk and say, you're doing well, you should do this or whatever. When you birth out of your body, you have a timeline of what you're going to accomplish. And she can tune in that timeline. Now you have free will and free choice to avoid it, delay it, or do it right away. Excuse me. But nevertheless, she sees that you're going to do very, very well. You are going to make a big difference in the community. This podcast that you're doing is going to lead to other things. And you're going to be really surprised how it's going to lead. And you're
So
going
she,
to develop communities in different ways than you expect. She's
okay.
not telling me which, but they're very
Okay.
positive ways. Excuse me.
Well, I'm so glad because everyone, well, including myself, thinking I'm really crazy doing this. But I do have a feeling that it's going to either help me or help someone. So either way is good.
Yes. Okay.
Wow. I'm okay. So, does she have anything else to share? Or can I ask more questions? Maybe just one more question. Is that okay?
Go ahead. One more.
Okay. Do you have any messages or things that you want to share for people who are either sick or before they get sick? Because for me, I was shocked to even know that you were sick because you are so healthy. You work out, you eat well, you are so healthy. So that's why of all the people who were sick with cancer and all this, I was shocked that you are the one who has cancer. So is there something that you can advise us on how to live or how to prevent this from happening?
Yes. And what if she's saying, and I want everybody to understand this, you learn to be light in life, not Light, but Lite. Don't take things seriously and just realize everybody's on their own path. She said she worried about people too much, and being an empath, she took in the energy. She just said, you're here for the experience. Have fun and don't let anybody discourage you on what you want to achieve. Don't let anyone tell you this is wrong, this is wrong. And because she, in their eyes, led a healthy life, she chose this because she didn't let go of the energy. Remember, I said that she forgot to let go, but there was a lesson for her family to learn. And by her leaving, it's going to draw her family closer together. So that's what she wanted, to get her closer together, the family, and to appreciate life. I know it sounds general, but it's so important that we let go of any anger or frustration. And that's our major enemy in creating illness and sicknesses. This is my words. So just wanted you to understand that. The other were her words.
Hmm. Oh, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So I think that was a really cool demo of what a mediumship or what a medium conversation looks like, just in case you've never seen this kind of work. Thank you so much, Abba, for doing that quick demo. Do you want to?
By the way, did she have a dog?
I Not that I know of. I don't know. A dog, like an animal, the dog.
You
Sorry, you're frozen. Uh, oh,
she
now
have
you're
a
back.
dog, or
Can you
did
repeat what you just said? Because you were frozen earlier.
okay? Did she have a dog?
Like the animal, the dog, the pet.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing a fluffy brown dog, tan, not brown, light brown dog running around.
Okay.
She just enjoyed the dog that kept appearing in front of me, so I thought I'd pass that on.
Ah, okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you,
You're,
Abba.
you're welcome.
So, do you want to do the process of closing the conversation, or and because
We're,
we can do another
I'm
thing?
clear.
Yeah. Thank you, Maggie.
So be it. Okay. Cool.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to put a text to her family so that they can watch this and see if they can verify if there's a dog or if there's the shawl and the jacket, like you said.
Yeah.
Because I'm not her, so I don't know these details. But I know that when you did for me, the ring made me realize that yes, that's my cousin. Yeah, and then of course you can have these kind of conversations anytime, and it could be
Yeah.
long, much longer. But I remember one time you did it for me, and I think it was only 20 minutes in, because usually the conversation would last like an hour or even more. And then this one time, it was only 20 minutes in, and you basically stopped and you said, "It's done. He's gone. He doesn't want to talk anymore." I was like, okay, this is how it works. We don't
Yeah.
control these things.
All right. I remember that.
Okay. Can we do one more fun thing? We have a few, can we do another fun thing, Ava?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I would love to do an intuitive reading, only because this is going to be live on public, and I want to see if your predictions will come true.
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure, Ava.
No pressure. No
No
pressure.
pressure. No pressure.
All right. So you want an intuitive reading for you? Okay.
Yes. Oh, you mean
Oh,
you mean I can ask it for anybody else?
no, no, no. You
Okay.
can answer for your children or your husband or so on, but it has to be for your family.
Oh, okay. It has to be direct
Yeah.
family. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I let's just do meat instead. Yeah, let's just do
And
meat.
it's easier, if it's for a friend or whatever, I'd have to talk to the friend. So,
Get permission basically.
yes.
Ah.
Well, let me clear again. All right. So I always preface this when I remember to say you have free will and free choice. So what I'm seeing for you is right now, there's a crossroads that you're coming to. Now, usually a crossroad has a north, south, east, west, looks like a cross. But in this particular reading, as I'm looking at it, is that you've got two roads you take. One goes to the left, one goes to the right. It's just a metaphor. Now, either road is going to end up getting what you so desire. One is long and arduous, and one is kind of short. So I would hope that you would take the short.
Me too.
As I'm looking to it, the word is new vistas, new things that are coming into your life, a new direction. Now, I know you mentioned that you're in a little bit of quandary, but what I see of you attracting new people into your life, and I know some of your dreams has to do with AI, but you're going to begin to find yourself more intuitive than ever before, and you're not going to be sure whether it's AI or not. And at first, it's going to be more AI, but within 3 or 4 months, how you're using it and how you're sharing and teaching it, and whatever you're going to be doing with it, you're going to be becoming more and more intuitive. And as you're becoming more intuitive, you're going to be amazed at the things you say. And one of the things you're going to be doing is you're going to be writing a new handbook. And I don't know if you started one or whatever, but sometime it'll be out sometime in September or October. That's when you'll have it printed. Uh, One of your children, the younger one, is going to end up injuring his knee, and he'll be okay, but he's going to be a little angry, a little upset they can't do the things he wants to do. Typical thing of a young man. Young boys, we all think we're bulletproof and super people. We can do things. Anyway, it won't be debilitating, but it will be kind of painful. Um, I'm looking at your husband, and he may not tell you. I mean, men don't tell many things, but he's going to have a few little gastrointestinal problems, stomach, or something with his stomach, digestive system. While it's not serious now, and the reason I'm saying now is that he changes his eating habits and stop being less stressed, and he needs to talk more to just, you need to be a listener, let him talk to get things off his chest, so to speak. He'll be fine. But if he doesn't do that within 3.5 years, he'll end up with ulcers. So that's not in the picture right now, but that could occur. So I would encourage him to learn to relax and get things off his chest and stop worrying about things so much. Your older son, which one? What's his name?
Dharma.
Uh, Hold to. Is he going to college? I don't remember.
Yep, he's in first year, engineering.
School, for lack of words. You could call it something else. It'll be like a school where you're going to teach a couple of different subjects. I know you're into finances and AI, but there's going to be a third thing which is not being divulged to me yet that you're going to be sharing and teaching. And you're going to do very well. You're going to doubt yourself. I'm wondering why I'm doing this, but you're going to begin attracting people who are very during this period very serious in what you have to share. Do you have any other questions?
Nope. Whatever you give, I'll take it.
Also, you're going to feel obligated for your grandfather to take him out to dinner to a restaurant and have fun.
I'm not a good cook, so I would just buy some for you. My husband actually is a great cook, so he cooks a really mean pho. Yeah.
By the way, everybody, she came down to visit me and she took me to a Vietnamese restaurant and introduced me to pho. And I didn't realize there were two kind of noodles, so I forced myself to finish. And then she was eating a lighter noodle. Was it a rice noodle? I forgot what you were eating. And I go, now you tell me.
Well, there's so many varieties. There's so many ways to eat
What were the
our
noodles
Vietnamese
that you were
dishes.
lighter or something? You said I had a fatter, broader noodle.
Yeah,
Noodle.
I think
What
you
were
had
you?
bún bò Huế, or I think I forgot which one you had, but I think I had bún bò Huế and you had phở. Yeah.
What kind
Oh
again?
no 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 no! See, phở it has the types of fresh, thick, or white noodles. Phở tươi, like the fresh noodles, and then
Uh,
there's also the thinner version of it. So I forgot which one you had, but did you
I had
enjoy
the
it?
fatter one. You had the thinner one.
You had the fatter one. Okay. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I
See,
loved
this
it.
is why you keep wanting me to make you phở.
Yeah.
Okay, next time you visit me, we'll
Okay.
make sure it happen again. Okay, Ava, is there anything else you want to share? Because I know that you also have a weekly call and a weekly podcast of yours
Yes.
as well. Can you share a little bit of your work?
Yes. Let me just look up the telephone numbers, Scott. I do this on what we call freeconferencecall.com. So you can be in your pajamas. I wouldn't know that. You can join us. And I'm looking up the telephone number. I will eventually be converting this to something like Zoom or something along those lines. So bear with me a minute while I just look up the information.
You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll put your numbers and everything in the description.
Well, then I'll
So that
just tell them what it is then.
yeah, and then also your website is Doctor, which is Dr. michaelgross.com, and of course that will be also in the description so that people can find you, because I know that your work is very special in the sense that you can't graduate out of university and get this kind of degree, but you kind of have to be ordained or gifted with this thing, and of course you have to follow your intuition and develop this work, because you told me that I'm also a healer, but I don't feel it yet. I'm not going there, not yet.
Yeah, you will be doing it.
Really.
Yep.
But Abba, okay, so the difference, so I saw the difference in terms of how you did the mediumship demo, and then this intuitive demo. This one is much lighter, much like you didn't have to ask, you didn't have to close the conversation, you didn't have to do anything serious, whereas the other one you kind of had to like ask
Right.
permission and clear yourself and do all that work. So I guess depending on the line of work, you kind of have to prepare yourself differently.
Well, when you asked for me for a reading, you gave me permission to do that.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
So, yes, there are
Ah,
times, sometimes, when I'm out to dinner with my friends, I'll get a message and I'll give it to them. But the danger with doing that, we go out to dinner. I want to have a good time, right? I just want to have a ball. What's going to happen with what's going to happen with this? I'm not here to have dinner and have a good time. And
mm,
so I will help them. But if they do it too often, I don't go to dinner anymore. That's kind of taking advantage because I
mm,
need a little R&R. So I just want people to know that. But anyway, Monday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time to 7:30 p.m. Excuse me. Tuesday nights from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It's called Soul Awakening, and you call in the number and you ask any question you want. Maybe I can answer you. I hope I can. Then I deliver a 10-minute message, and then 10-minute message is recorded on freeconferencecall.com, and there are 429 messages. So
mm,
they're all 10 minutes long, and Leah will put it in how to access the messages and also how to join us.
mm,
Then on Thursdays, I do a podcast, and it's Dr. Michael B. Gross at YouTube. Okay. And in the podcast, I have another host, Tia Knapp, and what it is called is Words of Wisdom. And then it's a channeled 30-minute message. And I have over 400 of those messages. And then there's a way you can listen to what I call the replay of it. You know, if you're tired or depressed or angry, listen to the replay, listen to the message. You'll be amazed. So that's done on YouTube. The other on Free Conference Call, you can do it on your phone. And then the second Saturday of every month is called Mass Consciousness Healing, and it goes from 10:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01. What we do is we chat for a few minutes, where you're from, etc., and then you become a conduit. We do a meditation, and believe me, you don't think you can meditate, you will meditate. And what will happen is that you become a conduit for what I call the true source's unconditional love. And like a lotus flower, you'll just feel the energy tingling through your body or warmth and covering this planet, because I will tell you the planet really needs healing. Let me tell you some of the people what they've experienced. They've experienced master guides. They've experienced the guardian angels. They see Jesus Christ joining us. They see Buddha joining us. They see Krishna join us. The Archangel Michael they've seen. The Archangel, uh, what is it? It'll dawn on me. One of the archangels, other archangels will be joining us. So, and they've seen other archangels as well. So they will be all joining us. And in joining us, sometimes you'll see or you feel their energy. We never know who's going to be there. I just invite everyone in. What happens, it happens. So just join us. And the cost is just for you to give up your time to make a difference on this planet. So I believe in the law of right action and correct exchange. So you do something, comes back to you. You're sending out love, you get love. But remember, love is all inclusive. It's healing, it's joy, it's happiness. And that is so very, very important. So let me end this by just saying this, and that is without love, there is no life. Without life, there is no love. So become love. I would like to leave you with that thought.
Thank you. That is so beautiful. That is a perfect ending. Thank you so much, Ava. Thank you for being on my show and doing this woo woo stuff. And you know what? I don't have that many woo woo friends. So I think I will just come back to you whenever I have a woo woo moment. Is
That's
that
perfect.
okay?
Absolutely. You touched my heart. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ava.
Thank you. I love you all. And remember, you are unlimited.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This conversation is not finished in terms of. I definitely will bring back Dr. Michael Gross for future conversations, and perhaps next time another person could experience the demo work so that they can see it for themselves. Okay, bye everyone.